back, everyone, to Third Street Reactions. I'm Zach.
I'm Shane.
We're back with Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode 14. Do you remember what happened last time?
Kind of like the more emotional, powerful message. I mean, it's just one of the best episodes, I think, for me in terms of all that stuff. Mm-hmm. We had parents who suffered the loss of their dead daughter. We had young love and vengeance, and then like forgiveness, all within like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty tight.
Yeah, but it was done well. Right.
It was really impactful.
And then we all even had like Armin and Mikasa. They're like, "We're not gonna kill you, kid," you know. And she's like, "What? Why wouldn't you kill me?"
Yeah, because Armin's like, "Again with the killing."
We also had John say that too. Mm-hmm. And we also learned about the wine.
Yeah, and they've been spreading Zeke Yeager's blood.
That to me, and by the way, if you've been following us for a while, I haven't seen like the last 2 episodes or this. Like I'm watching it live with him. I'm reacting to it.
Yeah, on that douche flute fucking flock.
Yeah.
It's like, you know,
dude, that
fucking guy.
Okay.
I hate it.
I hate that guy too. God,
I hate that guy.
I feel like if I thought that was the only way to save the world, I would take no pleasure in it.
No.
Yeah.
You're going to unleash these things to eat more people. After you just got done literally fighting off people that were doing that to you.
Yeah, for years, you know.
And now you're just going to do it all over again. I feel like he's a man that's been awarded this position in his life now, and he's like just so ate up with it.
So Zeke betrayed the other people in Marley.
Yeah, he's a triple agent.
Okay, yeah.
If you consider the fact that he betrayed his parents.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So is he so is Aaron just like, I'm going to tear down everything and the Eldian Empire is just going to be the new thing? And I believe this is the only way to truly save the world.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what they're going for here. To me, this seems like things are going downhill really fast. Like, I don't know what they're doing to pull things together if they're looking at the rest of the world getting ready to invade. Like, is there a bigger plan in motion that they have here? That's the only thing that makes sense. Is Aaron going along with it just because right now he doesn't? It's the only way to weed things out, because that last episode ended with him sitting Mikasa and Armin down and saying, "I wanted to talk to you guys."
And he cut his hand.
Yeah.
It was revealed through the conversation with Levi that they were going to fucking do that to him.
The military's going to take his ass and feed him to somebody.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck him. Fuck all of them. I mean, they're all doing this shit. It's like, who do you side with? Because at this point, it's not really Mikasa, Armin, or Levi's fault, because they didn't know.
I imagine
the scout regiment's on the outs.
Yeah, I believe everyone's going to be a bad guy except the scout regiment. Yeah. Like Marley. But within Marley, I think the warrior candidates, like, I don't think they're going to be painted as just black evil.
Yeah. Or a coalition effort around the world to invade.
Yeah.
Paradis.
Yeah. Paradis, like, they seem to be pretty corrupt. Except the scouts didn't really know about a lot of the stuff. Mm-hmm. So I imagine like our heroes will operate within that. They'll try to get through to Aaron, and I think Aaron will turn bad, and they'll hopefully love in the end will, you know, bring it back. I mean, I think that's always the greatest
I think
story.
he's going to die at the end of the story, is what I think.
We haven't seen what he's done. If he does something terrible, I think he'll have to. But I'm hoping like love. Like, it's like Darth Vader. That's why I think it's the greatest story. The greatest mythology is like the evil guy that is brought back because of love.
It's just a damn shame that there's been so many bumps in that road, though. It's gone on. It's become so big that they've allowed for so many bumps in the road. You know what I mean?
Love mythology or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Oh, there's some bumps for sure. But they also gave me some of the best Star Wars ever. Might be Andor.
I agree.
To me, some of my favorite stuff I've seen has been in like.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's given such a wide range. There's a lot of room for improvement there. But I'm just saying that it's just a damn shame that it.
Well, I like what Bob Iger said. He said, you know, Star Wars TV is great. It's what helps the Disney Plus streaming service. But
makes us money.
But we're not going to let that thing grow like a weed. He said Star Wars needs to be like the theater event of the year. And it needs to be not every year. It needs to be every few years. And he said when he came back, it's the first thing he said. So I think people are like, oh shit, I think he wants like...
He's wanting quality over quantity.
He wants the Mandoverse, I think, to finish strong. He wants Andor Season 2 to finish strong. And then it's going to be like, we're not going to just do 5 or 6 Star Wars shows a year. We might do one, maybe, but that's it.
That's what's going to draw people, though. Well,
I
think just like pumping shit out. Like
I think that's better. I think that's better. But that being said, I hope the Mandoverse, because Mandoverse is one of the best things in Star Wars. You know.
I do agree that it is. I don't like my favorite's Andor, but it's just.
Oh no!
I feel that
the
Mandoverse is a very strong.
Well, like you said, like, that could be what you go to as your post Return of the Jedi stuff. To you might be that instead of the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, before we jump in, if you want to support us, just check us out on Patreon. Let us know what you think, and we'll see how this goes. I'm nervous. I'm like nervous for the characters.
I'm eager to see what's happening.
Yeah, let's jump in. It's falling apart, Zach.
That ain't looking good. How do you feel about that?
I want to say what a great episode, but I have so many. I feel so hurt for like Armin and Mikasa and.
I know, it's
the person Aaron's becoming. Like, I have to believe to sell it and like to draw the line and to sell it. I have to.
I'm the same.
There's no way when this show ends, he's going to be the Emperor and he's not going to be Vader.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like he's, really selling it hard and putting himself in this position.
And he's
with
using
Zeke.
using factual statements to do it, like the blood thing. It looks like it's a thing.
Yeah, he's basically, which I find odd because, I guess you could claim that Levi assigned Erwin that role in his mind to protect him, but he never really was like protecting him the way he did, the way that Mikasa does with Eren. Because did Levi and Kenny really fit into that description?
We don't see it with Kenny. Maybe Kenny with his friend.
Yeah,
the old king, the true king.
Yeah.
And then Levi would have Erwin, but Mikasa seems to be really motivated more than those two.
But at the same time, Kenny, he betrayed that guy. I guess he only betrayed him after he found out.
Yeah, he was always shutting down people who would talk shit about him, and
yeah.
Mikasa for sure.
Hers is
goes the
evident.
hardest.
Yeah, because Levi, there's nobody.
Yeah,
he liked Erwin, and Erwin was his friend, but he never had those moments where he would.
Yeah, I felt like he had this kind of desire to follow because that was his commander.
Yeah, because they had a little more of a respectful relationship versus they're friends, I guess. But I guess Mikasa and him are like that, but Mikasa is the only one that actually expresses herself the way that she does.
Well, I think Mikasa truly is in love with him too.
Yeah,
and that might light more fire under the whole, the motivation of the Ackerman, thing.
Yeah.
God, I felt bad though when he was saying. I just don't believe it's him. It's him doing what he. Yeah, just beat the shit out of him. Because I keep thinking if.
I think he's playing along with whatever Zeke's doing to get kind of to the. It's kind of like what what's his name? Fucking Ray Stevenson playing him Balin Skull.
Yeah.
He's going to find the end of the Force and this cycle that he sees that's happening. He's trying to find the source of it.
Yeah.
I think that's what Aaron's doing. He's trying to get to the end.
Okay.
And he understands.
Destroy the Titan power.
Yeah, to get to the very end of it and get this out of the world.
Well, just tell them. Just, hey, this is what we're doing.
I get it, but maybe just to keep them out of.
To keep them out of harm's way, or because if he was really balls to the wall, he'd take Armin's power. He's not doing that.
That's true. So, what's the deal?
Why have a colossal Titan running around out there that's not on your side?
Mm-hmm. So that's the thing. So that makes me wonder if maybe he's playing his cards right now to stay in Zeke's corner
Yeah.
Because Zeke obviously knew a lot more about Titans than anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, and Levi did say, no, Aaron
said that. So
that was just a sad thing. I will say this: Aaron, he's a lot cooler than he was in season 1.
He's a lot cooler.
He's a badass, but because he's my protagonist and he's he's passionate about fighting for his friends, it's heartbreaking to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's the kind of development I think because of the Clone Wars, Anakin came out better in the end because of Clone Wars because we got to see that.
Yeah.
You got to see the human aspect of it.
And then,
so we had we had 3 seasons with Aaron here before he turned into what he's turning into.
Yeah. I did love seeing Zeke get his ass handed to him.
Can we talk about that moment though? I was legit scared for Levi.
Yeah, when they were getting ready to look like they were going to eat him.
Yeah. But he was stalking him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's you don't think you gotta kill my comrades. You don't know how many comrades I've had to kill.
And the limbs are falling to distract him.
Yeah.
Shit, or he's cutting his limbs down. It was fucking great. It was great to see him whip his ass again. It was great to see him. I think his first fight with him was more powerful in the sense of how hard he whipped his ass.
Yeah, because he was oh, where'd my Titans go? And they're just all on the ground. Mm-hmm. And he comes out of nowhere.
They're oh, you missed! And he hits him in the fucking eyes.
Yeah, and he's trying to hard.
That was so cool.
And then you have the voice of the beast going over his voice.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Yeah, that was number 1. But this is.
I just love seeing him make him suffer, cutting his feet off and stuff in little pieces.
Me too.
It's just great to see that man suffer. I don't care what his cause is.
What is his sad backstory that we're gonna get? That's my question. We have a sweet Asian man.
Yeah.
Playing baseball.
And obviously he got his glasses.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So
he doesn't need them.
There's something sentimental to it. Well, he may not need them, or maybe he just had prescription lenses put into those.
Well, you figured if you're a Titan, you wouldn't need prescription.
You're right.
Because you just heal your shit.
But is it like that with
I don't know.
all of them? It's kind of like when people become vampires, the Strigoi.
As I was saying, like any kind of deficiency, it's healed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the deficiency you have when you inherit the power, but he inherited it relatively young.
Well, who else do we have that we've seen with the power? None of them really had any deficiencies. Yeah.
No, not really. No. Yes, I don't know.
Yeah, none of them are missing limbs.
Yeah, I wonder if you have like a missing limb and then you get the power if you can regenerate it back.
Grow it back.
Or if it's just like you...
As you are.
When
you got it, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a shit deal, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You get the power afterward. So
yeah.
every time you lose that nub, you grow the nub back. You don't grow the arm back.
My buddy went to the Air Force basically because he wanted to be a jet pilot and because they said he'd give him surgery for his eyes. But they wouldn't give him surgery for his eyes and he didn't become a jet pilot.
They just took him in.
They just took him.
Yeah, I believe that. That's bullshit.
That's fucking horseshit, yeah.
They say whatever you want to get your fucking name on that paper. They're like, oh, well, I guess we just found out this, so you can't do that.
Turns out this, but just don't worry, hang on, brother.
Yeah, just feed you a lot of shit and keep you in there. It's not surprising.
Yeah, I was heartbroken. I mean, as a villain, he's cool, but it's so heartbreaking, I think.
He works. He's not like the cool villain, but he works as like the villain you hate. Kind of like Claudius. Was that his name? What the fuck was his name? Joaquin Phoenix.
I think he's cooler than Joaquin.
He's not.
But
he's not that cool.
Aaron?
Aaron's cool. I meant the fucking other guy. I thought we were still talking about Zeke.
Oh no, Zeke's he's worse.
We're literally talking about Zeke. Okay. You didn't even specify it was.
He's worse
Aaron.
than Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah,
comedy. He's much worse.
Commodus. That's it.
He's the worst. He's one of the worst.
Yeah,
he's not as bad as Joffrey. Joffrey was the worst, I think.
Joffrey wouldn't fight. At least Zeke is out there. I mean, he's got a beast form. He's got a Titan form to fight in. But
yeah, you can respect.
Joffrey doesn't fight.
He's brainwashed, but fucking Joffrey was the worst.
He's a little piece of shit.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching that.
I remember people were trying to tell me, but like in the end, like George R. R. Martin's the way he does it, I gotcha, is because in the end he's just a child choking. I'm thinking, no, he didn't get me. I still was happy that he was joking.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't know if the books are different.
You see the people that he murdered and like the way he murdered them and the way he put people to death. He's like a power mad little piece of shit.
Yeah, he was absolutely.
And I love when the Hound quit on him on the beach.
Yeah, he couldn't do anything.
He's like fuck the kingdoms and fuck the king.
Yeah,
and he leaves.
Yeah. Okay, so Armin being motivated because of his memories of Bertolt. If I realized that about myself, I think I'd be a little worried.
Well, it's become part of you. So you have to wonder, is it this cognizant force, this conscious force in your mind or in your soul that's vying for power? Like, like let's say the homunculi in Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
Where like, it's kind of like, well, Wrath says that. He says, all the most wrathful souls fought out for their place in my body. Yeah. And only the most wrathful survived. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's originally me or not, but I'm here. Yeah. So it's like at one point, it's like, is it something that's a battle of wills, or is it just who you are?
I imagine it's I guess I imagine it more like if you look at the Helix DNA, like.
I figure it's just part of you.
It's a part of you. It's like interwoven within you, and it's just a part of it.
Yeah, it's just part of who you are now.
And it's like, yeah.
I mean, Andy's not bad looking, so you got that going for you.
Yeah, she's cute.
In the midst of this horror show that you're living.
So Aaron has the memories of his dad. He's got the memories of, his name was actually Aaron Kruger. Yeah. And when he cut his hand the first time,
he goes into the bay.
And he's got the chick, the Warhammer Titan. Mm-hmm. So.
And you think he would know a lot from just consuming them about a lot of things, but maybe they didn't know a lot about it either. I don't know.
Yeah, so what kind of conversation did Aaron and Zeke have?
Yeah, and that's kind of the big thing, is kind of what's going on between them and what...
Is Aaron playing him?
And that might be the case, like who's being played.
Because or is Zeke like...
Right now, Zeke's been made to be the fool so often that I feel like whatever his ultimate mission is, like he was just discussing, like he has a mission to complete. Yeah. That I feel like he's going to see that mission through in some sense. Like he's not going to fail in whatever that ultimate mission is, even though he's probably going to die before the finish of the show. But I feel like that mission he's trying to complete, he'll have that moment where he's like, aha, I did it, or whatever, and then he fucking gets eaten or something. Yeah. And I don't think he's going to get squashed. I don't think anybody's going to get squashed or killed and their power just goes somewhere else. I feel like that won't happen.
Oh yeah, because then we'd have to wait and someone would be a baby and he'd have it. We wouldn't know.
Yeah, it'd be forever until you fucking knew.
God,
I think if you're born with it though, you don't live till you're 13.
That's a good point. And like,
or is it just so it's activated? But how does that work?
I don't know. Like through pain, so they might turn into one as a baby.
Yeah.
Because they're just so frustrated. Yeah. Wouldn't it be terrible?
Yes, it would.
What a terrible thing.
No.
You know what I was thinking is if that happened by accident, Marley might just get a Titan and start eating all newborn kids.
They might. They
Wouldn't that
send them through fucking the. They just have them all shipped out like the goddamn Pharaoh in Egypt.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like all your firstborn children, just bring them out. And
That's terrible.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Quite. And so
okay.
that's where I think it's going to go. I think Zeke's going to see this, whatever that mission is that we're going to get a sob story of with him when he was young and all this shit. I think he's going to see something like that through. I don't know what it is. But
are you?
I think Aaron will be the Vader type.
Yeah.
Where at the end of it, they're going to kind of understand where he was coming from.
But like, I can't. I mean, because I'm
I don't know
obviously
where it's going.
I'm ignorant of the conversations that I haven't heard yet.
Yeah.
But like, to me, I don't think there's anything like, what can you do? Like, what can you do without talking to your friends? Like, what do you have to do? You know, it's just, to me, I'm like...
Yeah, why couldn't they know, and how would it affect anything?
Yeah, like, what, there's... I mean, I'm sure there's a smart reason. I just don't... I'm not... You know, that's why I'm here. Yeah. So to me, like, the people I'm rooting for are kind of like Falco, and then those two. And like Aaron and Mikasa and
Falco.
John. What? I like Falco.
Oh, the boy.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Flock.
Yeah, not Flock. Not Flock.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck Flock.
Fuck that.
Fuck him. Fuck Flock.
But, yeah, Falco, I mean, I don't...
He's a man beyond. He's beyond his years. He's wise. He loves Gabby. I think he doesn't want the violence to happen. He's all in this for Gabby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah, but people like Mikasa and Armin.
Yeah.
Like, I feel for them.
Yeah, that and John and Connie.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think they're going.
I even feel for Lina.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, I feel more sympathetic for him now. I wouldn't say I feel for him, but I feel like I want to see him go out well.
I want to see him go well. We haven't had him in a while. It's so weird, but like he's
been
like
a couple episodes because
he's like one of my favorite characters for sure.
Well, I feel more sympathetic for him now because you see the weight of it all that has crushed him and made him suicidal.
Yeah, and like his dad didn't want him. And
yeah, he's done. He's fucking done with it all, but he keeps getting dragged back into it. He wanted to be done, but now these kids are gone.
Yeah.
Now he has to do something about the kids, and like that's pretty much his only reason for wanting to go.
The only thing I'm hoping is I'm hoping that the warrior candidates, they team up with with the good Eldians, and they stop Zeke and Aaron or something.
Maybe, but it just depends on what Zeke and Aaron are trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, well, maybe stop Zeke.
Whatever
he's up to, I'm sure it's no good.
Yeah.
But with Aaron, I feel like he's probably trying to find, like, to make this all stop.
Yeah, he's obviously, like, he's inherited all this knowledge. Like, it's like,
I don't imagine.
If you found out the secret of the universe beyond your comprehension, you'd go mad. Like, I wonder if it's like he has seen that. You know, like,
that'd be cool.
It'd be like, there's no point to anything anymore.
Yeah, that'd be a really cool twist to the story, and I would like that because it'd be something along the lines of it's so far beyond.
It's almost
him.
Cthulhian a little bit.
Exactly, and it's so far beyond him that it goes beyond his reason, and so he's just like, it's not like you've taken a person that you grew up with and you see all this childhood and these things happen. It's like, how could you ever, like, what could ever happen to you to make you betray that?
Yeah.
But if it's something that just drove him fucking nuts.
Yeah, or it's like you kind of like last season of Game of Thrones and One Brother. Like, I don't just see you in our relationship. I see everyone in their relationships, and I see everything, and it's blinding.
Yeah,
so like,
what was it? What did he call that? It was like the crow or the raven.
Yeah,
right, the raven,
the bird or something. Yeah,
it was the raven. Like that, he was the Targaryen brother that had it before.
Yeah,
and then he.
Yeah. Was the Targaryen brother blind too? Amos or something? Aemon or I don't
remember that.
No, he was the guy at the Night's Watch. That was different.
Yeah, he might have been.
It was the same one. I can't remember.
I don't remember now.
I don't either.
But he's in that tree, and he lived in the tree.
Yeah, I'm just really curious as to what it can be. I mean, I don't want him to be I want him to, in his final moments, to be redeemed and be him, and I want him and Mikasa to have something like a Luke and Vader moment or something.
Yeah. Because
I don't think he can just.
I hate to see that, and that'd be the end of their relationship. And then the next time they meet, they have to kill him.
Maybe it could be like fucking Primal. The end of that, you can get on top of us.
Yeah, that's
the weirdest ending, but I liked it. Yeah,
it worked for what it was, because in that time period, you got to think the greatest thing you could do, especially for him who lost his family, was to
pass
carry
on
his
genes.
seed.
Yeah.
And so she gave him that blessing.
Yeah.
So
it was a blessing.
I know a lot of people would take it another way in this day and age.
Oh yeah.
But
so he fought up 30 of them, beat them all, had a badass moment. the third. I think
Carter the Beast Titan once again.
I think the third best moment in the show of Bassassery. Like Ervin's speech or Levi's first encounter with Zeke being number one. Like, I'm not sure which is number one, but one of them is number two, and then that would be number three, I think.
Yeah, that was fucking cool.
Aaron turning in Marley that's up there.
That's pretty fucking cool.
That's fucking up there, yeah. I don't think I got anything else, but dude, I love this show. I think it's like I loved it before when it was
I like it a lot more now. I didn't like it as much in the beginning because it's just these fucking things running around eating people. And I don't want it's just gut churning.
Yeah, it's gut churning, but I feel like now the weight of that made this better.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was going to be like we're going to use our knowledge that we keep gaining to beat the enemy, and now it's like he's becoming the thing he swore to destroy. So it actually does make it deeper, even though it makes it more sad for me. It's
deeper, and you're being robbed of a character that you were taught to love in the series.
Yeah, who was like fighting for everything he lost, fighting for his friends, and he had the horrors of his life, and he's being used by these people when his father even used him almost.
And I don't imagine with this being an anime, especially as popular as it is, being an anime that ends on a sour note. You know, because at Cowboy Bebop, it didn't follow like a strict storyline for the most part, but at the very end of it, Spike presumably dies.
Yeah.
You can look at that. It's got a very strong like cult following.
Yeah.
But I feel like most of the mainstream that loves it now are just like, oh, it's Cowboy Bebop, but they didn't really like watch it and love it in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like they've jumped on the bandwagon. I feel
they've heard it. Yeah.
And then Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
That, however, is very mainstream, and it ends on a very good note.
Yeah, I think that is up and away one of the most superb animes I've ever watched.
And I like them both.
Yeah.
And my point is that one of those is very popular for a reason.
Yeah.
In the mainstream, it's because it's a lot more uplifting. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of its overall, it's uplifting though. This show is not always that uplifting. It doesn't have that many moments.
It's not, but I think it needs to end uplifting.
Yeah, I do too. Because if you look at the horror show that is the entirety of this, if it doesn't end on an uplifting note, then it's like, man,
well, just like
what did I just do to myself?
Okay, I won't spoil it, but I just went through The Haunting of Hill House, and I think it ended on an incredible note.
It had some rough ones. I've seen it.
Yeah,
and, it's
horrible.
Yeah,
it's horrible. It's tragic.
I hate what happened with the bit neck lady.
Yeah, I hate it.
It makes me think of my daughters for some reason.
Yeah, it's tragic. Hate it too. But the fact that I'll just say that love, very, very selfless love. That's what the show's about. Loving it. It's very compelling. It's one of the most compelling things I'm watching. So can't wait to the next one, man.
I agree. This is probably what I look forward to. I'm going to do 2 shows right now, so this is what I look forward to. Clone Wars just got to get through it at this point.
Well, season 7's good.
But it does have its gems. Like I had to get through it, but then there's got some gems dropped in there every once in a while.
I agree.
This is just like, okay.
Well, this is a very serious show, too. Anyways, guys, I think that's it. See you next week.